Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the monthly for October 2017. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for no face cam. My camera is currently being repaired as I'm going down to PAX at the end of October in Melbourne, and I'm going to vlog and all that stuff, and I need to get it repaired as soon as possible. But you're not missing out on much, my face isn't that interesting. However, Skyrim is pretty interesting, so I have some lovely Skyrim footage. So yes, you heard that correctly, I'm going down to PAX Oz. That is the 27th to the 29th of October, so if you're down there in Melbourne, come say hi. Now there's two main big things that I'm going to be working on this month. The first one is an Easter egg video for Wolfenstein The Old Blood. Hopefully that should be done pretty quickly. And the other one that I want to get done before PAX happens is the Skyrim Easter egg video, the remastered version that I spoke of last month. If you didn't hear about that, basically one of the first videos I ever did was a Skyrim Easter eggs video, and compared to my current standard of quality, it does not hold up at all. And given Skyrim is such a big important part of my life and so many of your lives, I feel like it's not actually fair to Skyrim to represent its Easter eggs in that fashion. Especially, I mean, the video's got like 2.5 million views, and I just feel like I've given 2.5 million people a really shitty experience with Skyrim's Easter eggs. So I'm gonna redo it. I mean, I missed like 70% of the Easter eggs in the old video anyway. The quality will be a million times better, and it's just something I feel like I need to do. I mean, seriously, the end result will be great. So that's pretty much what's going to be going on this month. And with that said, let's get onto the Q&A. And if you do have any questions that you would like me to answer in next month's monthly, be sure to leave your question as a comment in this video, and then there'll be a chance that I'll answer it in next month's monthly. So let's start off with a nice easy question. What's your opinion on the damned Creation Club? And why do you think Bethesda has done this? And where do you think the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be? The province. Sorry, too many questions. Province, who knows? Why? Oh, okay. Creation Club is awful. The way I think they should have done it is you spend $10 and you just get access to everything in the Creation Club ever. The way they've implemented it and the way they're handling it is awful. It's literally an armor mod that costs the same amount as an entire New Vegas DLC, which that New Vegas DLC has, again, literally about 10,000 times the amount of content, and it's all canon, it's all within the game. Whereas stuff in Creation Club's like, here's Doom armor in Fallout, you're like, oh, that thing that doesn't fit in Fallout, glad I got to pay $10 for it, yay! It's really bad, it's really bad. And why do I think Bethesda is doing it? I think they're being forced to do it by ZeniMax suits. I've spoken to a couple of people within Bethesda, and I've spoken to other YouTubers across the world who have spoken to Bethesda staff in their respective countries or regions, and everyone has the same information, which is they do not like Creation Club. So I don't think Bethesda Game Studios really wants to do it, but instead they're being forced to do it by ZeniMax Media. Would you rather have an Elder Scrolls adventure game or The Witcher 4 if it would release tomorrow? Probably Elder Scrolls Adventure. It's time, it's overdue. Keen for the Skyrim Easter egg video? You and I both, Ash. You and I both. Have you ever considered doing a podcast like the Ham Radio podcast with people like Zarek and Fudge Muppet? Not really. I don't mind being a guest on podcasts, but I've been a regular host of 2 podcasts in the past. I'm just not a fan of it. Anything I have to do, like weekly, forget it. Hey Camel, how long do you plan to make videos? Will you become a 90-year-old still going at it or what? Yeah, I mean, as long as I still enjoy it, as long as I can still pay the bills with it. I mean, there's a number of factors, but I suppose just till I go, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Do you think a proper solo Elder Scrolls game set on the entire continent of Tamriel would work? Only if they didn't scale it down. Like if they just suddenly made Tamriel the same size as the game of Skyrim, I'm like, yep, there's all of Tamriel, Elder Scrolls is done. I would be pretty angry. Oh my god, he finally achieved Chim. One day I'll achieve Chim. Do you even like camels? They're pretty cool. Favorite Arnott's biscuit? Those like long rectangular ones that you can snap in half that have like sugar on them, like the butterscotch finger ones, whatever. That's my favorite Arnott's biscuit. If you were having dinner with Todd Howard, what would you cook him? A big bowl of truth serum. Then I'd ask him all kinds of questions. Will you ever show us your man cave and what is on the shelf behind you? Well, you can't see it now because my camera is broken. It's just a bookshelf with books on it, and the man cave is a room with a desk and a bookshelf. Camel, who do you think would win in a war? Bosma or Khajiit, and why? The Bosma because of the wild hunt. Oh Jesus. So Camel, are there any games you never record but play often? I ask this because I've seen that guy say in his vlogs that he misses the days when he could play games and just to play games, and I don't want to see you forget that. What? Usually when I'm rendering a video or a video is uploading, I might play a bit of this and a bit of that. But the thing is, one of the things I get the most enjoyment out of while playing games is just pretty much everything I do in my videos anyway. So making my videos fulfills a huge part of that, like, need to go explore the mountains of Skyrim or something. How deep does your lore knowledge go? Is Coda shite? My lore knowledge is, I would say, average. Elder Scrolls lore gets really mental really quickly. If you start trying to look into like the origins of Nirn and the Wheel of Time and the Kalpa, and I mean, it just turns into a big mess. It turns into like quantum physics, basically. Quantum physics that someone's made up and has even less rules than actual quantum physics. What was your first job? I worked at IGA as a checkout chick. I was the only dude on checkouts. Do you think New Vegas could be better than Skyrim if not for the game ending with a story? For me personally, Elder Scrolls stuff tickles my fancy more than Fallout stuff does. So even if Fallout New Vegas didn't end at the end of the game or whatever, Skyrim would still be a better game to me. You should do a Fallout Detective like you do Elder Scrolls Detective. I actually do have a Fallout Detective. I've done 2 videos and they just get no attention. And building off that point I made just earlier, I enjoy Elder Scrolls more and they get way more attention, so it's like, it's a win-win-win to make Elder Scrolls Detective videos over Fallout Detective videos. Even Fudge Muppet does it. Is your real name Camel, or do you have Fudge Muppet call you that for privacy? This is actually interesting and something I've noticed within the gaming YouTube community or whatever, like you go to events and stuff, if anyone has an online name, everyone else calls them that online name. Like when I met Chinglish, I call him Chinglish or Ching. He calls me Camel. I mean, like when I go to like events, gaming events, the staff at those things will call me Camel. You know, you meet Deligracy, you call her Deli or Deligracy. You meet Muselk and you call her Muselk. You meet Lufu, you call her Lufu. It's like we've got these names in our fields of work, and because we're always meeting at these events that have something to do with our fields of work, those, I don't know, gamer tags just apply. Are you excited for Skyrim/Skyblivion projects, and will you be playing them or doing playthroughs? I don't do playthroughs. I don't particularly like them. I don't find them enjoyable to watch, and I've made some Witcher 3 playthroughs in the past and they were a pain in the ass. But yes, I am excited for Skyrim and Skyblivion. Whether or not I'll make videos on them, I don't know. Have to wait and see. Would love to see videos from you on other games, like The Witcher maybe. I understand it might be difficult technically, but there are a lot of awesome quests that could be sort of like story videos / horror book chapters or what? Smith? I actually have no idea what SMTH is. Something. Right. Just type something. Keep up the good work, and may the gods of cheese send you more awesome games to make videos on. It's really interesting. Fallout and Elder Scrolls are pretty much the only 2 game IPs where you can make the kind of stuff I make. I tried to make Witcher 3 videos when it came out. It just doesn't work. And it's always amazed me that no other gaming studio's ever been able to kind of hit that nail on the head. I think objectively, The Witcher 3 is a better game than anything Bethesda Game Studios has released, but I enjoy Bethesda Game Studios games more. And it also, for some reason, just has the perfect ingredients for making the kind of content I make, or Fudge Muppet makes, or Zarek makes. So I mean, if a game comes along where it's like, works perfectly in the kind of format that we make videos in, I'm sure we'll all make videos in whatever that game is. In the next Fallout game, would you rather return to California to see how it is faring post or during the war between the Brotherhood of Steel and the NCR, or go somewhere new like New York, for example? I imagine sprawling settlements interconnected with bridges in the many skyscrapers. I would always like to see somewhere new, and I think I would prefer somewhere with a bit of country. Countryside, that is. And hopefully a bit of countryside that isn't just a bunch of dead trees. But that kind of wilderness stuff interests me way more than a city-based game. Hey Camel, what are your thoughts on Creation Club, good or bad? It's bad. I assume that Bethesda Game Studios is being forced or heavily persuaded to do Creation Club because of, you know, the high up people at ZeniMax Media. ZeniMax Media owns Bethesda Game Studios. It amazes me that they're willing to trade all of Bethesda's goodwill to make a tiny amount of money on Creation Club. I have not come across a single person who thinks Creation Club is good. Not only do people not think it's good, but people are furious. People hate Bethesda because of it. And again, I think Bethesda's being forced to do it. It's like, dude, you're just forcing people to not buy your product because it's awful, and then also making huge amounts of people hate the company. It's like, I hope that $5 crab armor was worth it. You have spent all of your goodwill. Again, the only way I think it could ever work is like you buy a lifetime membership to Creation Club for $10, $15 and you get access to everything that's ever put up there. I think most people would buy that. Bethesda would sustain their goodwill, and again, I think most people are much more inclined to buy like a lifetime pass for all this content, which even then, dude, if they were like, here are the Creation Club mods for free, I would probably still not use them. They're not that good. Just overall, it's been done pretty badly. Would you ever forgive Drew from Fudge Muppet if he cheated on you? Never. Pudding? Please, I'm starving. Camel going full Bethesda, Skyrim Easter eggs remastered, Skyrim Easter egg VR. Yeah, look, if you watch my old Skyrim Easter egg video, it's not up to scratch. It was recorded in like 680p or something. There's like a recording thing in the corner of the screen. Oh, as a really psycho video editor now, when I look back on that, I cringe so hard. Hey, can you please do something on the bugs in a jar lid runes? Because if anyone can crack a mystery as big as that, you can. Thank you very much. I've dipped my toe into the pool of this. I contacted one of the guys who designed the dragons in Skyrim. I think his name's Jonathan Loeb on Twitter. And I said, is there a story behind the bugs in the jars and the symbols on the lids? And he said, I don't know if there is, but if anyone knows, it'll be this guy. And then he gave me the contact information for another one of the designers that worked on Skyrim. Spoke to him. I said, is there a story behind this? And the guy goes, yes, there is a story behind the symbols on the bugs in the jars. And I said, could you please explain what it is? And then he never replied. So there is something there, probably never find out what it is. But because I now know there is something there, I don't want to make a video on it until I know what that is. What do you think if Bethesda allows the player to import his Skyrim save file to the Elder Scrolls 6 so he can see the consequence of his choice made in Skyrim, killing the Emperor or not, the same way CD Projekt Red did with The Witcher 3 and 2. I don't think it would work in Skyrim or Elder Scrolls in general. People seem to be really psycho when it comes to the lore. For example, if there's like a character in Morrowind and his name's spelt one way, and then there's a book in Skyrim that references that guy, but like there's an extra letter in his last name, people are like, dude, the lore's been broken. So if suddenly everyone's save file has completely different canon on who won the Civil War, no, it wouldn't work at all. What would you do if you woke up one day as Nazim? I'll make my way straight to the Cloud District. Hey Camel, what gaming chair do you have? An expensive one. I wouldn't suggest getting one because my back has never been worse after getting gaming chairs. Do Khajiit like pineapple on pizza? They actually invented it, and the rest of the Tamrielic races have never taken them seriously since. How can you say that what? My god, why don't people just type things out? How can you say that Fallout New Vegas' setting is more interesting than Fallout 4's? With my mouth, and I'll say it again, Fallout New Vegas' setting is way more interesting than Fallout 4's. Wait, Camel, do you play Magic the Gathering? I don't, and I'm scared of it because I feel like I'll just buy every card ever, and that will be the end of my life. Camel, do you think Bethesda should have kept the class choices from Oblivion? While Skyrim worked without them, I do prefer much more complex character creations, as it creates a lot more room for creating a special, unique character. The crux of this is, can you do CCC for Blackreach and the DLCs of Skyrim? One day. One day they'll be done. I'm in no rush to do them. Yeah, I'd love a professional Skyrim Easter egg video like the rest of your videos. Yep, it will be done. It's gonna probably take a while, but it's gonna be so good when it's done. And I'll feel so much better. What do you think about the Elder Scrolls Online soundtrack? A lot of songs take samples from Daggerfall all the way to Skyrim. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's a really good soundtrack. It's no Skyrim soundtrack though. But there are definitely elements within a lot of the songs that kind of almost subconsciously bring back memories of older Elder Scrolls titles. Well, there you go. That's it for the Q&A for this month. Again, if you do have any questions that you want me to answer, just leave the question in the comment section down below and I will have a chance of being selected. Much more of a chance of being selected than if you don't leave a comment. If you are coming down to PAX Oz in Melbourne, hit me up on Twitter and we'll meet up. Apart from that, Wolfenstein The Old Blood Easter egg video coming your way, and Skyrim Easter egg video remastered coming your way. Apart from that, stay active, stay sexy, I love you all, peace.